So whenever you speak of development, remember you are focusing on development, the other side is focusing on religious expansion. So your priorities are very different. You are going to vote for Vande Bharat. You are going to vote for infrastructure. They are going to vote for minority allocation. So you need to be able to have a bargaining chip which focuses as much on development but equally on Sanskriti, Dharma, Hindu civilization. Because are you comfortable living in an uber developed country with Hindu population being reduced to 50%?
What a Hindu voter should do, continue to vote for BJP in the hope of development of country and that of Hindus, or we have any other option?
अगर हिंदू हित के खिलाफ या विरुद्ध कुछ होता है तब मैं जरूर बोलूंगा, चाहे कितनी भी आर्मी हो. And it doesn't make a difference who's in power. Because the logic of Hindu hit will not change. That will remain the same. Coming to the actual reality, do we have other options as on date? No. अगर कांग्रेस में थोड़ा भी रत्ती भर का भी दिमाग होता, which is not possible considering who is the president now, is you would go in the direction of competitive Hindutva. What would you do? आप एक प्रॉपर हिसाब किताब बनाएंगे. आपने हिंदुओं के लिए कहा कि हम ये करेंगे, ये करेंगे. आपने क्या किया है? Congress should ask this question. Instead, they are stuck in the same mold as the Ahmed Patel-Sonia Gandhi combination. Both of them representing whatever they represent. I leave it to your imagination. So, they have effectively gone down the path of implosion. They are running towards suicide. Okay? And which is why I think I would agree with what Anand said on a television debate, that the BJP is blessed with a joke of an opposition. मतलब, the thing is, in Ramayana they say, जब भी वाली रण के लिए जाते थे, enemy का जो strength था वो 50% कम हो जाता था. Okay, that was the vardhan that was given to Wali. I think that is the exact blessing that is being given to BJP. That you will be blessed with the joke of an opposition, and that is exactly what is happening. Now, as I said, this goes back to the first point, which means जब सरकार कुछ नहीं करती है हिंदू हित में, पूछने वाला भी कोई नहीं रहा. Now you see how it goes back to the first question, the quality of public discourse. You are entirely dependent, your destinies, your interests, your Hindu hit, everything is tied to one political option, which was not the case in the 50s, 60s and 70s, because cultural organizations were equally investing in the Congress and the BJP at that time, or the Jan Sangh at that time. That is what makes sense, because that is the strategy of other communities. कोई भी आए वो पहले क्या करते हैं, हम minority के लिए इतना पैसा देते हैं. Everybody is forced to say this. Why isn't every government under the same compulsion to say हमने हिंदुओं के लिए इतना किया है? Okay, logically speaking, and just apply common sense, can you guarantee that a particular party will stay in power forever? Which is why it makes much more sense to invest in the policy so that it can outlast the existence of a particular government. Because एक बार policy बन गया, उसको roll back करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. Which is one of the reasons that the BJP government is also struggling to roll back what the Congress did by way of minority welfare schemes. That's their excuse, of course. I'm saying there is some sense to that excuse, although I don't agree with it fully. Article 370 को आपने तो पूरी तरह से roll back कर दिया. At least you've made it an apunsak at this point, right? Why can't you do the same thing with others? So what is the strategy or what is the option left for the Hindu voter? Vote करो, क्या करें? लेकिन सवाल भी पूछो, clear सवाल पूछो. Don't become a Kavali Mandali. Keep clapping for everything. Then you might as well have a Jamura. Please don't do it. As the Hindu community, which doesn't subscribe to a herd mentality, you have greater obligation because you're a global minority which is facing serious civilizational existential challenges. Focus on that. So whenever you speak of development, remember you are focusing on development, the other side is focusing on religious expansion. So your priorities are very different. You are going to vote for Vande Bharat. You are going to vote for infrastructure. They are going to vote for minority allocation. So you need to be able to have a bargaining chip which focuses as much on development but equally on Sanskriti, Dharma, Hindu civilization. Because are you comfortable living in an uber developed country with Hindu population being reduced to 50%? That is the question that you should answer. If that is not the case, आप करने के लिए क्या तैयार हैं? Simple question. There is a silent demographic war that's going on through illegal migration. What has the government done on it? Ask these questions. Thank you. Delimitation का जो गेम अभी खेला जा रहा है, what you're basically doing is, मैं constituency को कट पीट के I'll constantly change the balance. आप कितने दिन ये गेम खेलेंगे भाई? एक दिन तो तादाद बढ़नी ही है, तब delimitation का गेम कैसे खेलेंगे आप? You're trying to protect Assam through delimitation. How long will it survive? राम भरोसे.